Hey guys, it's me, Natalie, back for week 6 of the vlog series. Okay, so today we are going to be discussing Audre Lorde's Zami, this wonderful book. But more importantly, I want to focus on the trip to DC, her family's trip for her graduation, and the incident that happens in the ice cream shop. So as a quick summary, basically what happens is that Audre and her family go into Breyer's ice cream and soda to cool off because it's very hot outside, and when they go to order the ice cream, the waitress, she tells them that she can give them the ice cream to go, but they can't eat it in the store. So why is this important? Well, as we discussed in class, this is Audre's first encounter with racism, where she understands what it is and understands that she is being discriminated against solely because of the color of her skin, and understands that it's unfair. Obviously, people have been racist to her before, but this is the first time she's a full understanding of it. And I think, well, this is really ironic to me because this happens in the same chapter where she says that this trip will become her transition to adulthood, and she'll stop being a child and she'll become an adult. And maybe this is because becoming an adult means you're losing your innocence. You have to see the world as it actually is. And this blatant act of racism kind of springs Audre out of her blissful ignorance and into the cruel world that we do live in, and we still live in, sadly. So I want to point out one quote in particular. It's on page... Okay, sorry. It's on page 71. And it says, "The waitress was white, and the counter was white, and the ice cream I never ate that summer I left childhood was white. And the white heat and the white pavement and the white stone monuments of my first Washington summer made me sick to my stomach for the whole rest of the trip. And it wasn't much of a graduation present after all." So this trip that was meant to be so happy and such a celebration was totally overshadowed by this moment of racism. But what I want to focus on in this quote more specifically is why does Lorde use repetition of the word white? What is she trying to say here? What does white represent in literature? Well, I think we all know, we've all learned in English classes, that white can represent purity, an angelic base, cleanliness, and goodness. Okay, yeah, that makes sense, but it's ironic that it's being used in a situation where literally none of those things are present. Racism is not pure. It's not something pure. It's not something you're born with. It's not innate. It's something you learn. It's not pure. I see pure as something that's you can't control it. It's how you're born. It's pure. It's 100%. Racism is not 100%. It's learned behavior, and it's learned from the adults you're around and the community you live in. It comes straight from hate, and it's hateful behavior, and it's sad that on this trip that was supposed to be a celebration of Audre's graduation becomes overshadowed by this complete act of hate. Almost, and with the cleanliness, this is so terrible. It's almost like they're trying to clean out the restaurant and send the dirty people away. That literally sounds saying that, just because I said that, I want to go brush my teeth. That's terrible. That's literally terrible. They're, what the fuck? Excuse my language. They're human. They are allowed to sit at the counter and eat their ice cream. And the fact, she's young. She just graduated middle school. What? She's 12. She's 13. And she has to be treated like this? She's a child. And it's not good. It's obviously, white represents goodness, but this is obviously not good, because discrimination is not good in any way. I don't think I need to really spell that out, and I don't think Lorde and her writing really spells that out, but we can see how this has affected her life, and because she says, and it wasn't much of a graduation present after all. This trip, they totally turn around her trip and make it into something that it was not supposed to be, and they ruin it, and that is, you have to dig deeper to see that, and to see the racism and the irony of that. So basically, Lorde uses this trip to DC to show her readers about the first time that she was really thrown into racism and the effect of it on her life. You could see, she thought it was important enough to put in her book. It has affected her life. She still talks about it. She reflects on it. It shows, our actions have consequences, and the way we behave, it affects how we talk. It affects people. And it's moving. I think it's moving that this is supposed to be her movement into adulthood. And it's supposed to be when she is no longer a child. and she's an adult, and it's not her getting her period, and it's nothing like that. It's her understanding what racism is. Yeah, that's about it. See you guys later. Bye.